Silk is one of the most luxurious and soft fabrics in the world. It takes about 2,500 silkworm chrysalis. But how to make silk from silkworm chrysalis? Now let's get ready. Explore the amazing process of making silk. Follow us on this fascinating journey and reveal the secrets of silkworm raising and cocoon extraction. According to legend, the discovery of silk was dramatic. It was when a cocoon accidentally fell into the emperor's teacup in China that it was discovered. The emperor curiously untied the long and silky threads. Since then, silk became a precious commodity for trade. Now we know that over 2/3 of the 4.1 million tons of silk in the world. But for silk lovers seeking the best quality, China is an important destination. In there, villagers continue to maintain their ancestors' traditions, handmade, which is recognized as the best high-quality silk in the world. To produce the best silk in the world, we need to start with the best insects. These inconspicuous little creatures are called silkworm chrysalis. In the silk factory, the whole process starts with silkworm rearing. This step is crucial for ensuring the availability and proper development. It's crucial. Workers will carefully select healthy and fertile adult female silkworm chrysalis for breeding. Female silkworm chrysalis in appropriate containers or environments. They lay eggs on special mulberry leaf paper. Mulberry leaves are the main food source for silkworm chrysalis, which is crucial for their growth. The assurance of environmental conditions is key to hatching. This is usually achieved in a specially designed incubator to maintain the appropriate temperature and humidity. To promote the development of eggs. These tiny eggs are only the size of a needle at first, but once the small silkworm chrysalis hatches, they will start to constantly eat food and grow rapidly. After a period of incubation, the eggs will hatch into small silkworm chrysalis, also known as larvae. These larvae are very small when they are born, and then start to eat mulberry leaves to promote growth. During this stage of silkworm rearing, the silkworm chrysalis larvae will be placed in boxes or trays and provide fresh mulberry leaves as food. During this period, the silkworm chrysalis will eat crazily because their main goal is to grow and increase their size. Proper temperature, humidity, and ventilation must be maintained to ensure the healthy development of the silkworm larvae. The staff of the silk factory will supervise and control the silkworm rearing process to ensure that the silkworm chrysalis get proper food so that they can smoothly become silkworm chrysalis. These insects must increase their weight to 10,000 times. They are quirky and strict herbivores and only eat fresh mulberry leaves. On this farm, over 2 tons of mulberry leaves are collected weekly. Workers will cut the mulberry leaves into small pieces and put them in boxes or trays so that the silkworm chrysalis can easily eat them. They will supervise the quantity and quality of mulberry leaves provided, ensuring there is always enough food, and replace dried or damaged leaves. To ensure adequate nutrition, they regularly clean the boxes or trays to remove feces and dry leaves, which helps to maintain a clean environment, reduces the risk of disease or infection among silkworm chrysalis. With such meticulous care, the silkworm chrysalis can grow healthily and eventually produce priceless silk. This process is not only a technical job, but also an art. It shows the beauty of human beings living in harmony with nature. After silkworm chrysalis are fully fed and grow strong, they began to make silk. The key step. This step is extremely important in the entire silk production process. Surprisingly, after 40 days and 40 nights of continuous eating, the larvae are finally ready to start making their silk cocoons. But before starting this process, the silkworm chrysalis will experience a short rest period. Then, the silkworm chrysalis begins to weave a protective cocoon to ensure that they are in the process of transforming into butterflies' shelter. Through the special silk thread on its head, begin to secrete a special liquid substance, which quickly solidifies when it touches the air, forming a continuous thread. Then, they wrapped around their bodies to weave these silk threads. While secreting silk, the silkworm chrysalis continuously performs complex weaving movements. These precise movements help shape the cocoon's shape and ensure the uniform distribution around the silkworm chrysalis. As the silkworm chrysalis continuously secretes and weaves, the cocoon gradually forms and finally composed of a continuous thread, which can be hundreds of meters long. Each silkworm chrysalis can produce nearly 1 kilometer of silk to cover itself. After about 3 to 4 days of unremitting effort, the cocoon is finally woven. After the cocoon is formed, the silkworm chrysalis gets inside full protection and safety. The formation is regarded as a key stage in the silk production process, because the cocoon contains the future will be used to make precious silk thread for luxury and elegance. Once the silkworm chrysalis completes the cocoon, the collection process begins immediately. This process requires extreme caution and precision to ensure the best quality silk thread. In the silk factory, workers carefully examine each cocoon and carefully select those in the best condition for collection. The cocoons are carefully separated one by one to avoid damaging the surrounding silk threads. The collected cocoons will be classified and labeled. Usually, larger and uniform cocoons will produce higher quality and longer silk. To prevent the silkworm pupae from hatching and destroying the silk, these collected cocoons will be heat-treated Put the cocoon in hot water or steam them for a specific period of time. This not only kills the silkworm pupae inside, but also helps to extract the silk thread more easily. The next step is to wind and extract the silk. The silk from multiple cocoons will be combined into stronger and continuous silk threads for subsequent processing and manufacturing. These silk threads consist of a protein called bonded together by a protein called sericin. So the alkali is immersed in hot water to soften the sericin and release the silk thread. Since the diameter of a single filament is millimeters, a few percent, therefore multiple silk threads need to be combined to form a strong enough thread for use. According to statistics, to produce 1 kilogram of silk, it takes about 5,000 cocoons and 30 hours of work to make a sufficient thread. In this process, workers in the factory must operate carefully to ensure a high-quality silk thread. The collected silk will then go through a cleaning process to remove impurities, residues of cocoons, and any unwanted substances. The silk will be carefully cleaned in warm water or soaked in a mild cleaning solution to maintain the quality and luster of the silk, since wet silk is very fragile and vulnerable. This step requires extra care. A very clever solution is to use rice grains. Sprinkle the rice grains on the silk. The rice grains will quickly absorb moisture, thus preventing the silk from becoming too wet, and maintain its strength. Through these carefully designed steps, the silkworm chrysalis is transformed into precious silk. This process is not only a display of technology, but also a tribute to human patience and craftsmanship. These silks will eventually be used to make various gorgeous clothes and decorations, becoming a luxury in people's lives around the world. After the silk thread is successfully extracted from the cocoon, the next step is to wind the silk thread around the spindle. The spindle is an ancient and effective tool. It is not only used to store silk threads, but also to measure the length of the silk thread. This step is crucial for subsequent processing. If there is a need to dye the silk, the dyeing process will be carried out. During this process, the silk thread will be soaked in various natural chemical dyes to obtain the desired color. The dyeing process needs to be carried out very carefully to ensure that the color is evenly and precisely distributed. Silk thread. After dyeing is completed, the next step is to wind the silk thread on a reel or spindle. The purpose of this is to make the silk thread in the next spinning process easier to handle. Spinning is a process of twisted and connected together to form a stronger and continuous thread, which is crucial for subsequent silk fabric production. Depending on the production scale, this process can be done manually or by using professional machinery. After spinning is completed, the silk threads will be carefully intertwined to create soft, light, and elegant fabrics. These fabrics may have various patterns and textures. The main tool for making this silk fabric is the loom. Operating a loom requires superb skills, focus, and endurance. The complexity of the loom requires operators to have deep experience and knowledge. Due to the fineness of the silk thread and the complexity of silk weaving, completing a silk fabric is a time-consuming process. After about 40 hours of weaving, twisting, and weaving, only half of the fabric can be completed. This process not only shows the complexity of technology, but also the exquisite craftsmanship of making silk. Extreme attention to detail. From the initial silkworm rearing to the final weaving, making silk is a long and complex process. Involves various traditional skills and modern technology. Every step requires careful planning and execution to ensure the quality and beauty of the final product. This process is not only a tribute to silk itself, but also a tribute to those who work hard, who are dedicated to maintaining this ancient art, dedicated to keeping this ancient art. If you like this video, please like and share it with those interested. Also, don't forget to click to follow us to receive our updated videos in the first time. Wish you a happy life, and thank you for watching and supporting us.